Welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast, the world's leading authority on childcare marketing, mindset, expansion, and profitability. Each episode will feature interviews with the brightest minds in the childcare industry to guide you into becoming a smarter business leader. Our hosts have opened 10 schools while raising 5 children. They are certified business coaches and are the top-selling childcare business book authors of all time. This episode is sponsored by Childcare Genius Marketing. Let Childcare Genius Marketing help you get fully enrolled and fully staffed. Visit childcaregenius.com for more details. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast our hosts, Brian and Carol Duprey.
Welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast.
We're your hosts, Brian and Carol Duprey. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we wanted to do a special episode. It's going to be just us today, no guests. And we're going to do a top 10 countdown. And I can remember they used to have a top 10. I think David Letterman did a top 10 on his show. So we're going to do a top 10 countdown today of the top 10 reasons you need to come to the Childcare Genius Live Conference in Las Vegas, April 14th, 15th, and 16th, 2025. Like, Brian, why are you talking about a conference that's like 9 months away? Reason being is, why not?
And it sells out quick.
It does. We've sold out every conference we've done so far in a very quick, short period of time. And we have a wait list already started with, I think, close to 100 people already on the wait list. And so we are going to give you the top 10 reasons to join our wait list right now. Not going to wait. And we're going to tell you some cool reasons why you need to join the wait list. So we're going to give you a couple of them. Then we're going to talk a little bit more about the conference. I'm going to give a couple more, talk more about the conference at the end. We'll wrap it up and we'll tell you more a little bit about the Childcare Genius Live Conference in there. But first, number 10, Vegas is fun. I mean, who doesn't want to go to Las Vegas, or as I like to call it, Lost Wages, Nevada?
Even if you don't gamble, there's so much to do.
That show, you can go see top performing artists, residency, comedy shows. Carol and I love America's Got Talent. They got an AGT live show down there. A lot of the people that have won that show, and not even just winners, but a lot of people have shows right on the strip. You can go to the Sphere, which is this new cool thing that they have down there. They have music concerts and venues in there and performances. You could jump off the stratosphere. They call it the Strat now. Carol has done that, and that's a lot of fun, right?
It is. I recommend it.
An 885-foot drop right off the big building, tallest building in Nevada, and Carol's jumped off it before. Her and my son have both jumped off it. They won't let me because of my heart condition. I'm sad. But anyway, that's a lot of fun. And Carol's going to do a night jump next trip there. We're actually going in September, and Carol's going to jump at night. She's done it during the day, and that sounds like a lot of fun. But if you like adrenaline, there's zip lining. We've zip lined up and down the strip. And Vegas, it's just a fun city, and it's very affordable. We'll talk a little bit more in number 5 about pricing, but you're going to be impressed anyway. So Vegas is fun. It's a lot of fun. Come, bring your team with you. This is a conference where you could bring your directors with you, your leadership team, all of them with you, an affordable venue, and go have a lot of fun. Go to shows together and bond. It's a great way to bond. So that's number 10. Number 9, we're accessible. Accessible hosts. We are the hosts of the conference. At every conference that we go to, we sit in the audience, we walk around, we talk to everybody. We are never, ever, ever too busy to talk to somebody.
Right.
Take pictures with somebody, talk to somebody, help you out. Coach will sit, we'll have coffee with you. And we just like talking to people.
Right. And the speakers are accessible also.
All of our speakers too. Our coaches, we don't have a coaching table. Our coaches are required to sit in the audience with members and people attending, because they're business owners too. They're taking notes, they're learning just the same as everybody else. So we want our coaches to be accessible. We're going to be accessible. There's no high backstage where the speakers kind of hang out. We keep everything out in the open. We're very transparent, and we want to be accessible. If you're paying to come to our event, you're going to be able to come up and talk to us at any time, grab a picture, sign a book, or just have a conversation. Tell us about your kids. I signed somebody brought their child last time, not into the event, but brought him up afterwards. And he had a cast on his arm, and he wanted me to sign his cast because he loves Mr. Bryant. So I was happy to do that. So feel free to know that you can chat with us anytime. We're very down to earth people. We're never ever consider ourselves too big. I don't care how big my conference is, our conference, excuse me. We're never going to be too busy to hang out and talk to people. Because it's what we love to do. All right, the next one, number 8. Our keynote speaker is none other than
Beth Cannon.
Beth Cannon. That is probably one of the number one reasons you want to come to our conference. She is a great dynamic leadership speaker. She speaks on a lot of different topics. You're going to want to come and see Beth do this keynote. And I've seen a couple of her keynotes before. They're really good and really dynamic. And she's actually doing an owner session and a separate one just for directors. We wanted to split her content and have her focused on leadership at the owner level and leadership separately at the director level, which is great. And she's excited.
Yeah.
We're actually releasing a podcast. We released a podcast with her back on July 2nd. So if you go back to episode 100, a couple episodes ago, you'll hear a little bit about Beth Cannon, how she's excited. One of our favorite speakers. So like I said, that's worth coming out alone, just being able to hear from Beth Cannon and do that session. Number 7, day 3 workshops. So day 3, we don't call them breakouts, we call them workshops. So what we're doing is we're doing 4 different workshops on day 3. So day 1 and day 2, we have split content, directors and owners, but day 3, we're doing it a little bit differently, where we're doing 2 different workshops in one room, 2 different workshops in a different room, and we're splitting the time. So you have a choice to go to 2 different workshops of the 4. And the other 2, you'll get the recordings for, so you won't miss anything. So the topics we have is number 1, the Advanced Financial Success Workshop. You're struggling with finances, not knowing what a balance sheet is, profit and loss, anything on the finances. Probably the number 1 area childcare owners are struggling with the most is financial. We're going to have a several-hour workshop on financial. It's going to be taught mostly by myself, and we have some other speakers as well coming in for that. The next one is a high-impact marketing workshop. If you're struggling with marketing, we have some key marketing experts who are going to teach marketing side, all the different facets of marketing to make sure that you have full enrollment. And we're going to make sure that you don't leave, you leave with the tools necessary to fill your school both with staff and with children. The next one is a dynamic culture building workshop. You want to improve the culture of your school. We're hearing from a lot of people, our culture is kind of in the toilet now.
Yes.
Yeah, coming out of COVID, we've seen it with the staff members, the culture, and it seems like it hasn't recovered quite yet. We're going to give you some tips and tools in this workshop to have a dynamic winning culture. And the last workshop we'll do is called an Ultimate Hiring Success Workshop. Several hours of strategies to hire the best talent to make sure you're always fully staffed, but fully staffed with quality team members. No more fully staffed just to get by, but fully staffed to thrive. We don't want to survive when it comes to staffing. We want to thrive with quality, really good quality teachers. And we want to let the teachers that aren't so good at performing, I'd rather them serve our coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. They could be our barista or a Walmart greeter. We could help them move on to other careers. If they're not up to the par of a quality childcare teacher, we need to help transition them to a career field that may be more suitable for their talents. So that's the day 3 workshop. So it's 3 full days, well, 2.5 days. We're going to be a shorter day on the last day because of a lot of people flying out later in the afternoon. I think we go to 1 o'clock on day 3. So we're going to have 2 different sets of workshops in each different room. So 4 workshops total. So that's another reason to come. Really good and very advanced content. So that's the first four right there. A little bit about the venue. We're at the Golden Nugget, which is in downtown Las Vegas. Downtown is the older part of Las Vegas, but it's really the fun part.
Yeah.
The Strip is the newer part, but it's also the most expensive part. You know, rooms up there run you $200-300 a night. It costs $12 for a coffee up there. I've been to childcare conferences on the Strip. I mean, you're paying $20 for a hamburger, $12 for a cup of coffee, and the rooms are $250 a night. And the resort fees are usually $45 on top of that. Yeah. And you can't afford to bring your team at that price. A lot of people, it's just a lot of money. So we decided to pick the Golden Nugget as a much more affordable option for you to bring your entire team down. We did the conference there last year. Did you enjoy the Nugget?
I did. And the rooms, a lot have been upgraded. It's a very nice hotel. The pool is fun.
Pool is a lot of fun. They have a giant shark tank right in the pool. I mean, you're not swimming with sharks, but you're swimming technically, 6 inches from them. Big sharks too. And it's like swimming in a giant aquarium.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And the staff at the venue are very accommodating. They helped us out a lot and it was great. The food was great.
Yeah, we know most of the staff by name now. We got to, we met the executive chef that helped covered our food. We met the person who did the group bookings with us, the room person. So in this year we have a room block we didn't have on last year. So we negotiated incredible price. I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes, but it is a great venue downtown. It is a 5-star hotel with quality, and you'll just be really impressed. And we're actually staying at the Golden Nugget this year, and we are looking forward to going back. We stayed at the Nugget many times in the past, and we're so looking forward to going back and staying there as well. So moving on our top 10 list, number 6. What is 6, honey?
Directors and owners have different experiences.
This is exciting, because no other childcare conference does this to this extent. Yeah. We separate our owners and directors in different rooms. We're going to have a group session in the morning on day 1 and day 2 with everybody after we have breakfast. And of course, we're supplying breakfast. Want to make sure you have a nice hearty meal before you start your day. You don't have to go fight in the McDonald's line or Burger King line. We're going to feed you. And we're going to have the first 2 sessions of the day as a combined owners and directors. So you could sit with your team, have breakfast, see the first speaker or 2, and then at the first break, we're going to separate. You're going to be separated the rest of the day. Directors are going to have a completely different experience with director level content. The rest of the day, owners are going to be owner level content. Have you ever sat in a conference with your director and your team and you had cringeworthy content? I call it cringeworthy content.
I have, and I've also spoken at conferences where I was like, this isn't, half the people in here are directors and this is more geared toward the owner or the other way around. And it's hard to have content all the time that's geared to both and give them what they need at the same time.
Exactly. I think that's where most childcare conferences fall short, is they try to ride that middle line of giving content that owners and directors can sit through and learn something from. The problem is, half of the time the owner's eyes are glazed over, and half the other time the director's eyes are glazed over because the content is over their level or just not what they need to know. And I call cringeworthy content anything where the owner's sitting there like, oh my God, the directors should not know what profit margins are in a childcare center. That makes me very uncomfortable. So I call that cringeworthy content, and I've seen that at a lot of childcare conferences. You will not have any cringeworthy content at a Childcare Genius conference. Our fall conference is owners only, and our spring conference in Las Vegas is separated content. So no cringeworthy content there. So that's exciting to have that. Number 5, here's the biggie. Drum roll, please. Room starting at $75 a night. That's the negotiated rate. We also negotiated the resort fee down to $30 a night. So for $105, you're all in plus tax on a room, king size room in the Carson Tower, which is the tower we're doing the conference in. So you just come right down the elevator and we're right there. at the venue. So it's a great tower. We stayed there many, many times.
Mhm.
At $75 a night plus resort fee, you can bring your entire team. It's
Mhm.
very affordable. Bring all your directors with you. We're really breaking the mold because I have not known any childcare conference in the world. I've never seen a conference with a room at $75. And you can come, we negotiated a couple days before and a couple days after reduced price either as well. So if you wanted to stay a couple extra days, we've negotiated savings on those room rates as well. It's going to be a little bit more if you stay through a weekend, but it's still a pretty darn good deal. Again, $75 a night. If you want a double room, 2 double beds, it's $100 a night plus resort fee, which is $30 and plus tax. So it's still an incredible opportunity and deal. What about food? Is food expensive there? At the in downtown Las Vegas, food is very affordable. Much more so than up on the strip. You can get a hot dog for $2. You can go to Steak and Shake, which is one of our favorite places, for $5.99. You're getting a steak burger, fries, and a Coke. I mean, who does that?
And there's a Chick-fil-A right at the bottom of the
Elevator.
elevator at the Carson Tower.
Yeah, so you can get your $7 Chick-fil-A sandwich right there in the hotel.
White Castle and Coney.
Yeah,
dog.
you gotta have a White Castle while you're
Yeah.
there. You could have a $1.39 little square hamburgers right on the strip. There's a Coney Island dog place. There's a pizza place. There's a McDonald's right on the strip. There's a Pinky's Donuts if that's your thing, cool donuts.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different, even high-end food places. One of the best steakhouses is called Vic and Anthony's, and that is inside the Golden Nugget. Top-notch steakhouse.
There's also the one in the
Four Queens, Oscars.
yeah.
Oscars is in the plaza, and then Hugo's Cellar is in Four Queens. And these are really top level steakhouses. Another one at Circa, I forget the name of it, across the street. So there's 4 steakhouses that are top. You can get a $75 filet mignon if that's your thing as well.
We went to Hugo's Cellar in the Four Queens, which is, we weren't looking to be impressed, but the restaurant is top notch.
Yes, I mean, Four Queens is kind of a lower budget hotel next door. And we heard good things about Hugo's Cellar. So we went, had dinner there. We didn't even have reservations. We just went in and they found a seat, seated us. There were 3 of us. And we had the most amazing meal. They came and they make their salad right at your table.
Yeah.
And the prices I thought were good. I mean, a little pricey, but for a high-end steakhouse, I thought it was very, very good. And the food was amazing. So you'll have high-end options, you'll have low-end options, but you could definitely afford to feed your team very inexpensively. And of course, you could always DoorDash.
True.
Order room service, DoorDash, whatever you want to do. So again, $75 a night plus resort fee and tax. You're not beating that. You have to call and mention Childcare Genius, or you have to use our booking link to get that pricing. So make sure you do that, that you use our booking link. And on our website, you'll be able to see hotel booking information and get that booking link to book your room. So make sure you do that. Don't stay anywhere else. You want to stay at the Nugget for sure. Number 4, no vendor hall.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah. Because we don't want to take money from people and just endorse them if we don't believe in their product.
Yeah, even if we did believe in their product, we feel that here's why we're different. Is other childcare conferences have vendors and sponsors, and they do that obviously to make a profit on their event. We put people before profits. We do things a little bit differently here. I've been to conferences where they make hundreds of thousands of dollars on their sponsors, and they funnel business to those sponsors and vendors, and they get a kickback on all that business.
Yeah.
And one thing I always felt guilty of is endorsing somebody just so a company gets a kickback. I always felt kind of dirty. And what I've told anybody, if we refer anybody to anybody, the savings goes to the customer, not to us. So we might negotiate in the future some deals with some vendors, but the savings has to go to our clients and our customers, not to us. So you'll know that if Childcare Genius ever endorses a company, or says anything nice about a company, they're not paying us to say something
Right.
nice. And I'm not putting a vendor in a space, even though our our event probably be a lot more profitable if I did do that.
Yes.
Um,
We have had vendors approach us.
I turn them away
Yeah.
each and every year, dozens of people that want to be in there. Because first of all, I don't want you getting pitched for sales, because I've seen people get suckered into buying things that they couldn't afford at these events. And sometimes childcare people get taken advantage of. And I would feel guilty if somebody took advantage of somebody who came to my event
Mm.
and I provided the vendor space and they got taken advantage of. Because I just, my name and reputation are much more important than, you know, 30 or 40, $50,000 of vendor sales. I would rather not have those sales, you know, lose money on my event than sell out my integrity for a few dollars.
Right.
Now, granted, there are good sponsors out there. I'll let you figure out on your own who they are. I'm just not going to put them at my event. And I'm just not going to apologize for keeping my integrity intact. And so you'll never see Childcare Genius gets no kickbacks or any company we ever talk about, nor will we ever. That's just something I want to do. So there's no vendor hall, and you could be 100% sure when you come there for content, you're not going to have any distractions. Number 3.
All speakers are childcare speakers.
Yeah, on our stage, we don't have celebrities. The only
Right.
celebrity is going to be on stage is the Childcare Genius professors that are on my team.
Right.
They are the true celebrities because they have done what you want to do.
Right.
You know, you get a celebrity up on stage who wants to sell a book. What can they teach you about making payroll? What can they teach you about being fully staffed?
Right.
You know, they don't know what challenges you go through. They're a celebrity making millions of dollars. Whoever thought of putting a celebrity on a childcare stage? The reason they do that is so they could sell more tickets because they think you're going to be in awe. You know, I want you to come see Beth Cannon. Now, Beth Cannon owns childcare. She's in the business. I want to know what she knows.
Yeah.
I want to know how the struggles she has, because she struggles. I want to know how she overcome those struggles.
The good thing is we have every one of our professors has a different area of expertise. So you're getting childcare owners, but you're getting so many different viewpoints.
Yes. Yeah. And diversity of opinion is
Yeah.
very important. And another thing is every single childcare genius professor, if they're on my team, they are allowed to speak on my main stage. They're good enough to be on my main stage. Other childcare conferences, you don't see coaches up on the main stage. Like
Right.
they put them in breakouts. Every one of my coaches is capable of speaking on podcasts and around the world. They are absolutely amazing. And you're going to hear from each and every one of them on our stage because they are really amazing. So we excited to have all of our professors speaking. And you're going to be entrusted with, and we have an incredible team that's going to be teaching the directors as well. So we have great professors. You're going to love it. We have really high rated speakers. When we look at our surveys, really, really high, you know, 95 out of 100 people would recommend our conference to other people. And I think it was like 86% of the people that came last time said it was the best childcare conference they ever went to. I think that's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. Number 2.
We have the world's most advanced childcare conference.
Our advanced content is not heard anywhere else in the world. So we pick content and we mine it and we make sure that nobody else is teaching what we're teaching. The way we teach it is different. We have a genius method and we stick to it. And I think that makes us a little bit unique. Now, granted, there are some amazing childcare conferences out there. I've been to many of them. It's just sometimes a lot of the content gets recycled, so it's kind of the same thing over and over. We have advanced content that you're not going to hear anywhere else. Sometimes you'll hear them copying some of the stuff we're doing. That's why we pivot and change every conference that we do. You're going to see something new settled in. But I think you're going to like the content that's there. I guarantee it's going to be the most advanced childcare conference that you've ever been to. I guarantee that. If it is not, just find me on day 2, give your money back. See you later. Nobody's ever done that, but I will do that. Just come find me early on day 2. Say, it's not the advanced content I wanted. I'll hand you your money back and send you on your way, and hope we made a friend. And so not heard anywhere else in the world are advanced content. And the last thing is
We are a pitch-free event.
pitch-free event.
We
You know-
don't spend a whole day on trying to sell our coaching.
Why we don't allow vendors.
Right.
We don't want you pitched in any way, shape, or form at our event. So you're not going to be pitched with anything. And we don't pitch from stage. So the reason we do that is, again, we want you focused on learning and not apprehension on sales, that we're going to try to sell you something. And we don't apologize for that. I think sales pitches belong in car dealerships, not at childcare conferences. So we are a pitch-free event, and both our conferences are the same way. So you won't hear us make a sales pitch.
Yep. We just feel like if you're interested in wanting to talk more to us, you can talk more to us. We don't have to do it from
Yes,
stage.
you approach us if you want to learn more about our coaching program. And we feel that we don't need to tell you about it. If you're interested, you'll come see us. If you're not interested, we assume you're not going to start the conversation, which is perfectly fine with that. It is not for everybody. We won't coach everybody that wants to be coached. We're a smaller group. We have a very niche coaching group. We're keeping it small on purpose because we don't want a super large coaching grid. In Childcare Genius, you're a name, not a number. We're not trying to build hundreds and hundreds of people in a coaching group and where you get lost in it. We're going to want to know everybody by name. And so we're very selective. So the reason we don't pitch is because we don't want everybody. Some of you don't qualify for what we're doing. So we want you to come to us and we'll see if you're a good fit for what we do. And if you're not, that's perfectly fine too. We hope that you still will follow us and enjoy our free content. So how we're doing things is going to be different this year. So we're not opening up ticket sales right now. We're not going to open up ticket sales to right around October 1st. But right now, we are starting a wait list. And in that wait list, each month, we're going to offer our wait list a chance to buy tickets at $200 off per ticket, but only for our wait list folks. So if you do not get on our wait list, you'll be paying up to $200 more per ticket. So you need to get on the wait list now, and we'll let you know when we open up the wait list. We're going to open it up 2 days in July, 2 days in August, and 2 days in September for the people on our wait list to buy tickets at $200 off per ticket.
And joining the wait list doesn't obligate you for anything.
No, not at all. So get on our wait list now. Join the 100 other people that are sitting on our wait list now, waiting for us to open those tickets. If you do not buy them during the waitlist period, then you'll be paying a much higher price come October when our general ticket sales go in. So to get on our wait list, go to childcaregenius.com and go to the conferences tab, select Childcare Genius Live, CCG Live, and then click join our 2025 wait list. Again, there's no obligation. We're just going to ask you what your name, your email, your cell phone, and how many tickets are you looking for, director and owner, just so we know. And then we will reach out during our open period time. During that 2-day open, only people on our wait list are going to be able to buy tickets. So again, we're doing this in just July, August, and September. General ticket sales will go on sale through October. And you'll want to book your rooms. We only have 200 rooms at this $75 rate. And then the prices are going to go up. So these rooms are going to go fast. You're going to want to get your room booked. And I think they're only taking 1 night deposit. You don't have to pay the room in full all at once, which is great. They'll take a deposit and it's cancelable up until I think a week before the event, which is a great cancellation probably for a full refund. So don't worry about that. You're not going to cancel. You're going to come because we want you there. But anyway, so thank you so much for tuning into the Childcare Genius podcast and for listening about our Childcare Genius Live conference. Last conference we sold out and we actually oversold, and we had a room that was cramped full of people. We apologize for that. We didn't realize how much demand. We sold a lot more tickets than we thought we would. Maybe had low expectations. I just didn't think we would sell close to 300 our first US conference. We're not going to sell out this time. I say that because I got the biggest room in downtown that could happen. But we are going to spread out a little bit. I want to have much more room. You're going to be at rounds this year and not cramped into conference style. So we could fit a comfortable 700 people in our room. I'm not saying we're going to sell it, but I didn't think we'd sell out the last one either. And Brian, why would you tell people that? Other people always tell them that we sell out. That's just a marketing gimmick. When people say that we sold our event now, other coaches do that. A lot of people don't realize they sold out, but there's 35 open seats just in my area. Yeah, it's just a marketing gimmick. It's called FOMO, fear of missing out. They want you to, like when they say there's 3 tickets left at this price in the airline. So I'm not going to fool you with that. I don't play those games. But if we do get close to actually selling out, I'll actually tell you the truth and tell you that we're close to it. But I went big this time, so I don't see that happening. So we're going to be able to sell tickets right up until the very end here. What will sell out is our room block. Yes. And you don't want to miss out on those $75 rooms. I could probably get some more rooms if we sell out early, but there's no guarantee on that. Right. And rooms could be $200 a night. Right. So you definitely want to check that out. So get your rooms booked early. And if you have any questions, email me, Brian, B-R-I-A-N @childcaregenius.com. And I'll be happy to answer any questions about the conference. And do you think of anything else? You excited?
I am.
All right. And we're heading to Jamaica in 90 days for our fall conference. That has been sold out, really sold out.
Yeah.
We only have 160 seats for that, and we're at 171 right now. So we're oversold in the room. We're assuming some people have last minute get COVID or get sick, and a couple of people won't show up. Otherwise, my team members will be standing up in the hallway. But we actually did sell that out. But the good news is next year we got a bigger venue. We got a lot more people in there. Yeah. Again, we didn't plan on selling it out. It's just been such demand for Child Care Genius. We want to thank you for that trust you put in us. We don't take it lightly. Carol and I love what we do. We love working together. We love helping you, our members, and I hope it shows that we pour our hearts out for you on a podcast each and every week, and we also love helping people. So if we could help you out in any way, Brian at childcaregenius.com. We look forward to seeing you at the Golden Nugget, April 14th, 15th, and 16th, 2025. Again, childcaregenius.com. And then go to the conference tab, Child Care Genius Live. Get on the wait list today, as you want to save that money on your tickets. This concludes Child Care Genius podcast episode. We hope you've enjoyed it.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a future episode of the Child Care Genius podcast. And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Child Care Genius podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your childcare business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Child Care Genius community.